Hello, hello. Perfidious Pete here, back in the cab of this locomotive yanking on the brake in an effort to derail the railroad plot in another episode of Rebel Galaxy. And I'm beginning to wonder if this lever is actually connected to anything, because it seems like nobody in this entire solar system here gives a single shit about my wishes. And no matter how hard I try to slam on the brakes, I keep getting swept along in the current of events, like a Florida flood victim clinging to the hood of their 1982 El Camino and trying not to drown because they were too stupid to heed the hurricane evacuation warning. We don't really seem to have a whole lot of control in this situation. Basically, we're just a piece of flotsam. And when the plot decides that I'm a murderous Splinter Cell terrorist looking for someone to torture, I have no choice but to head to the park, start kidnapping single parents from soccer games, and strapping them to the old waterboard. Which, I gotta say, for sort of a sandbox game, kind of like Rebel Galaxy here, it feels like sort of a jarring lack of player agency, it really does. But it's a double-edged sword because, on the flip side, it eliminates any guilt that I might feel over my despicable actions. I mean, I don't have a choice here. I'm like a Nuremberg trial guy. I was just following orders. It's the only defense I can give. And when my only choice is to help try and control the pet population by chucking puppies and kittens into a sausage grinder, at least the game does make it easy for me to embrace the fact that I'm the new and evil Bob Barker. And I think I might be a little more upset if maybe Rebel Galaxy were a little more elaborate game. But, I mean, this is definitely a game that wears its inspiration on its sleeve. I mean, this is very much sort of a wing commander, kind of privateer sort of feel, and the game is entirely all about sweet spaceships, upgrades, theft, piracy, all that kind of good stuff. The story is, if anything, more of just a hand wave. It's just an excuse to give you a reason to be out here and playing the game in the first place, which I think serves the game fairly well. Like I said, if this was a more involved plot, I would feel at least a little guilty about being a ridiculous, awful space piece of trash, or piece of space trash, if you prefer. Yeah, well, we've got deflectors. Man, that one missile did a lot of friggin' damage, though. Is there still a dude over here? Jeez, Red Devil Axehead, aren't you dead by now? Goodness, man.
I won't forget this.
Yeah, don't you know when you've overstayed your welcome here, champ? You should be gone. Go ahead and vacate the premises if you would. And you can try and run away, but I assure you, man, you're not getting away. This is the salt bucket, and nobody outruns the salt bucket. The salt bucket is really fast. My starboard boosters are depleted. Oh no. Well, fortunately, this guy is all but a fucking walking piece of exploded debris. Can debris walk? Walk in debris? Is that a thing? We actually got a bounty for that guy. Well, I'll take your 4,000 credits. I'll also take whatever's in this cargo container. Man, I rammed the guy's debris just as insult to injury. Not only did I kill him, but when I was done, I rammed his corpse. You know what? He deserved it. Hey, I was just trying to fly to my next mission so I could go talk to a squealer. Nice work there, Wesley Crusher. Oh, hit it twice. Yeah, you might as well catch it on the back end, too. Wesley Crusher is so fired as soon as I find another pilot. Anyway, we've got to go. I think our mission is to go beat up a bunch of Doublejack guys. We're trying to take them captive, so we're looking for people to waterboard, or at a minimum, our minimum culpability here is we're not going to waterboard them ourselves, but we're going to turn them over to Xenia to be waterboarded. Like, that's the best possible outcome here.
I am detecting larger craft with heavy ballistic weaponry.
I think we'll be fine.
Threat level, yellow.
Oh, large craft with heavy ballistic weaponry, and it's a threat level yellow encounter. Well, you know, Trell, I appreciate the warning, but I gotta say, I'm not really feeling too terribly imperiled. Is imperiled a word? I mean, I know it's a word, but I'm pretty sure I used it inappropriately there. Oh well, full credit for even trying. Do I get marks for trying? They say that trying is all that matters, but I mean, Yoda has taught us that there is no try. I really don't whether I should take my philosophy from the public at large or a puppet. Honestly, I mean, that's genuinely a quandary. I think I'm not sure which one is better. Who is wiser? Is it a puppet or is it the public at large? Because I mean, Kermit the Frog, he's a puppet, but yeah, he had some good life lessons for folks. Probably better life lessons than the average person in just the general public. Are these guys dead yet, by the way? I do have a lock in this guy. What the hell is just railing me with missiles periodically? You didn't even get to finish your sentence. I'm sorry. That feels... Oh, it's probably this torpedo barge, then, that's just fucking railing me with missiles. For dumbfire missiles, those do seem to home fairly well. Those dumbfire missiles aren't exactly entirely dumbfire. They do home a little bit. I actually kind of regret my choice of missile.
I won't forget this.
Forget what? I mean, there's going to be nothing to forget. You're going to be dead. So we'll do that. Yeah, it's fine. We're still... Okay, ooh, we need to turn, though.
Starboard shields down.
Yeah, that's why I'm turning. I understand that starboard shields are down. There goes the torpedo barge. What was... Okay, hold on a second. Oh, we have really bad damage here.
Here's another waypoint to try. You'll have to move fast.
So, this wasn't what you needed, huh, Xenia? Well, fantastic. I'm glad I came out here and murdered like 20 or 30 shipfuls of people. Feel real good about my behavior. I guess she's just pissed because I didn't bring her back anybody to waterboard. I am not picking up your bio waste. Let's head back. Yeah, I know they're at maximum. Go ahead and boost there. I need to head back and get a little bit of repair action working. I'm not going to go into our next fight with some of my turrets banged up. My turrets are largely all of my damage. Once again, fuck you, Distress Beacon. I'm sorry, but Officer Goebbels' orders there didn't include anything about stopping and helping people in distress. My orders exclusively consisted of go find me some fuckers to torture. So, I'm sorry, but you gotta blame Xenia on that one. She didn't leave me any operational latitude here. I don't, I'm incapable of free will. This railroad plot is driving straight on to its destination. Doesn't matter what I do. It's not going to go well when I'm trying to defend myself in Nuremberg with that particular defense mechanism as well, I gotta say. I should have probably paid attention, but they say those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. I guess they're right. Well, let's go murder some more people then. I mean, if I'm going to be put on trial for war crimes, I may as well make it worth my while.
Accelerating to sublight.
If you're going down for war crimes, I mean, at least make them good crimes. Don't be like looting art that you'll never be able to sell. Yeah, that's... Why is that thing even there, by the way? Shouldn't some enterprising salvage team have just gotten that out of the way? I mean, that's basically the stellar equivalent of a fucking pothole. Don't they have, like, repair crews that drive around to just sort of police that junk out of the solar system? I mean, if they don't, they really should, as a public work project. I personally would contribute a portion of my income towards a maintenance of clean space lanes. Also, it'd probably be some sort of tax, so I wouldn't necessarily have a choice. I'd just pay it at the port. There goes a mining tug right across our path of travel. I gotta say, that's one thing I do really like about Rebel Galaxy. All of the environments and the locations feel really alive. I mean, there's random stuff happening pretty much all the time. Mining tugs are driving around, trade fleets are moving, they're going from station to station, conducting business. While the railroad plot doesn't really leave me a whole lot of choice when it comes to what missions I'll be doing, unless I'm just farming gold, which, again, as stated, is sort of the main purpose of Rebel Galaxy anyway. It is all about spaceship upgrades. But when I'm not doing that stuff, I have to say, the solar system does really feel sort of organically alive. That's one thing they did right. Ooh, our threat level is red here. Alright, we may have to try and string this one out a little bit, then. I probably don't want to just fly straight in and start engaging. Good piloting there, Crusher. Thanks for putting that rock right between me and my target at a critical moment. Fantastic work, son.
Target destroyed.
I can see why Kirk was hesitant to let you go to the academy.
Blue.
Suddenly blue? I only blew up one ship. It went from red to blue that quickly, huh? All because of one double jack retaliator?
Target locked.
Yeah, well,
Red.
now it's red again.
Target destroyed.
Hey, threat level, could you make up your fucking mind? Just pick. Are you red or blue?
Collision warning.
Yeah, it's a collision warning. Look out! There's some space debris 40 billion space miles from you. You should probably keep an eye out. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe Trell is right to warn me about space debris that is billions and billions of miles away.
Reflectors depleted.
We do have Ensign Wesley Crusher at the helm here, and he will find a way to hit it. But that's a lot of torpedo barges. And there are a lot of mines over here. Nice work, Ensign. Good job, Wesley.
Deflectors depleted.
Yeah, those missiles really do a significant amount of damage. I think our best bet here is going to be to maybe try and bum rush these cats.
Missiles inbound.
Good lord, so many missiles. All right.
Accelerating to sublight.
We're going to have to try and bum rush these guys. I can outrun their missiles slightly. I do have a little bit of maneuverability on them. I think we just come in, close in, and make this immediately a knife fight.
Missiles inbound.
That's just an absolutely ridiculous missile barrage. And then we just slow down, match speed here, and just try to pace this guy. He's gonna have the missile advantage. They're very long range. We try to negate some of that by just making this a knife fight. I don't care if I'm gonna collide with the other ship, it'll damage it. I'll go full on ramming speed. Ensign Wesley Crusher's been paying attention to that that episode of Star Trek where, you know, Worf decides that the ramming is the only way to make things work. Where did those missiles come from? Alright, we need to get closer here. I want to get right up this torpedo barge's butthole. And yeah, I don't care. I'll climb right inside of it. Don't stigmatize me. If I want to be inside of another person, if I want to crawl up his rectum to fight him, I'll do it. You can't stigmatize me. You can't make me feel bad. I have no shame.
Won't forget this.
I'm already evil Bob Barker. I've been chucking puppies and kittens into a meat grinder all day. You can't make me feel bad.
Yellow.
Threat level is still yellow? I just destroyed 2 torpedo barges.
We've seen some action, but no big scores. Here's another set of coordinates.
Yep. Alright, so clearly Xenia's bloodlust, her bloodlust rather, has not yet been sated. She's ravenous. There's nothing you can do to alter. She must bathe in the blood of her foes. I'm feeling a little... Thanks, Wesley. I'm glad you slowed us down to stop and take a look at the ice field. I mean, the ice formations really are beautiful, but this is like the 8 billionth time we've seen them, so... Maybe we could skip it. A tree is just a tree. I mean, sure, only God can make a tree, and they're remarkably beautiful and lovely, and each one unique in its shape and form, but if you've seen one tree, pretty much fucking seen them all. Let's dock up. We gotta get some repairs going. On the plus side, our repairs have been fairly cheap. We're getting damaged, but, I mean, only very marginally damaged. Do we need ordnance? Nope, we're good. Okay. Off we go then to Xenia's next fucking massacre. I really feel bad about myself. I don't want to be a space murderer. I don't have a choice in the matter. I guess I could just write my aunt off and be like, you know what, Aunt Juno? Thanks for the ship, but whatever kind of mess you've dug yourself into, you've gotten us in a fine mess this time, Stanley, and this time I think, fuck you, I'll leave you to it. Words that were never actually uttered, but would have been wholly appropriate. I think it's maybe the way we should treat our aunt. We just take the Rasputin, give it back to her, and just say, you know what, I've made enough money with this ship, I've got my own ship now, a better ship. I'm just gonna cut my losses, and whatever bullshit you've wound up and sunk yourself into, Aunt Juno, I think you're just gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to decide whether you want to keep Michael Sarah's baby, or how you want to handle the situation.
A very large vessel. Perhaps this one will meet Xenia's criteria.
A double jack bomber?
Red.
Alright, well, the threat level is red, so we're okay, that's a capital ship. We're gonna have to be very careful here. Yeah, they're probably gonna continue to do so, sir, because there's not really much I can do about it. That ship is really big. We're gonna have to take its fighter escort out before we can go tangle with it. I am not gonna tangle with it and fighters, especially when we have advanced gunships and bombers. These guys do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, so could I, actually. This is a lot of offense. It'd be nice if I could actually hit my target, too, by the way. Stop trying to make me aim at whatever that is and aim me at the thing I want to aim at. I have it locked. You should be aiming at the thing I have target locked. Could be because I'm out of range. Admittedly, that could be my fault. I'm gonna blame it on Wesley Crusher, even though he's one, fictional, and two, not actually piloting my ship, but I'm still blaming him. I'm gonna pin this one squarely on the tiny, weak shoulders of Ensign Crusher. A hot mom only gets you so far in this world, Wesley. Eventually, you gotta start paying... Gotta pay your own dues, kid. Gotta pay your own dues. Looks like the trader's gonna make it away alive. And he did string out... Nicely done. He did string out the fighter escort for us fairly effectively. Speaking of which... Looks like we've still got a bit more fighter escort to deal with.
Target locked.
Well, it was locked for all of a split second, and then it was
Threat
exploded.
level orange. Missiles inbound.
Where'd that missile come from?
Accelerating to sublight.
So does that just leave us the gigantic ship? Because if that's all that's left, I'm not really sure what our best method of approach would be.
Exiting
It's a
sublight.
okay. Instant Crusher, we kind of need those shields, buddy.
You the one causing so much trouble?
I guess. Yeah, maybe. Whatever, Juster. Alright, so we're just gonna spam fire here.
Hail.
Holy
Shields
crap!
down.
This guy crushed our shields immediately.
Missiles inbound.
And he's got missiles coming in. Alright, we're gonna need some deflectors. Already wrecked.
Rubber shields down.
Yep, I noticed. I don't think we can handle this guy. Broadsides are mildly damaged. We're taking a lot. Alright, we're getting some ruinous damage here.
Missiles inbound.
We may need a mercenary for this, but at this point, you know what? I'm not really comfortable with coming back. Let's get our deflectors, let our shields recharge. Keep firing, guys. Come on. Missiles away. Keep up the work. As long as we can stay on this side of him and keep harping on his. Oh no. No. Turn.
Missiles inbound.
Keep wailing on his damaged armor. We got to keep on this side. We can't afford to turn. Got him. All right.
Threat level blue.
How could the threat level possibly still be blue?
Collision warning. Full stop.
All right, so I'm taking the double jack captain. I've got Jenya, her captive. I'm sure she's going to be really pleased.
You got one?
Yeah.
Great. Meet me at the station. We'll take
Oh,
it from there.
fantastic. Well, at least she's not going to make me torture him myself.
Mission complete.
What have we got for
Engines at
cargo? Some
maximum.
obtainium, some ceramic plating. Pure water is actually pretty valuable. If I'm only going to take one piece of cargo here, I would prefer it to be that pure water. Pure water does sell reasonably well. Some Yik Yak Meek, which is not even worth picking up. You know what? I'd rather have the ceramic plating than a Yik Yak Meat. Is there anything else, or is it just... I don't really... none of these things are significant enough value to bother worrying about it.
Engines at maximum.
I could throw the Yik Yak Meat overboard and take the ceramic plating, but taking the time to earn like 40 credits,
Sublight.
really not worth it. Let's just go take Xenia, her stupid captive, and then I can head to the bar and try and drink away my lingering guilt. Because I am going to be forced to drink away my lingering guilt. It's going to be significant. I mean, sure, this Juster guy seemed like kind of a douche rag, but just because he's a douche rag doesn't mean it's right for me to just go, ah, it's fine, he was slightly discourteous to me, but go ahead and waterboard him. That's fine. Go ahead and torture him to death. You don't get to torture people just because they're fucking jerkasses. It's not how it works. A lot of jerkasses in the world, and not all of them deserve to be tortured. I mean, some jerkasses maybe deserve it a little, but, let's think of like a garden variety jerkass. Like, let's say, who's kind of a real dick face that probably deserves some censure, but doesn't necessarily deserve to be tortured. Yeah, a lot of people like that. A lot of people. I'd start naming some, but I'd risk offending someone, and also, it'd be too goddamn long of a list anyway, so I'm just not even gonna bother. Vladimir Putin, of course, comes to mind. Kind of a douche. How are my port shields down? This is just random space trash that's fucking wrecking my shop. Holy shit. But, you know, he's an example of someone I would cite. He's kind of a douche rag, but he doesn't necessarily deserve to be tortured, I think. This is a lot of gunships. Also, I can't help but notice that I'm not hitting a damn thing. They sure are. Alright, we need... Alright. You know what? To hell with this. Give me some missiles. I'm tired of all these fighters. Let's start missiling the shit out of some people. I would very much like a better ordnance weapon launcher, because our ordnance rack really feels substandard. I get hit by enemy missiles and they're absolutely devastating. My missiles don't, by comparison, really seem to do much. By the way, Double Jack crew there, I hope you're happy. You killed yourself for no reason at all.
Accelerating to sublight.
I would have been perfectly happy to just fly by. I guess those Double Jack guys, good example of some people who, you know, they're assholes, but they didn't deserve to be tortured to death. I just straight up gave them a quick, clean death. Are we there yet, Mom? I'd really like there to be no more space miles between me and my target. As soon as I get done dealing with Xenia, the happier I'm gonna be. She makes me feel kinda dirty. And not the good kind of dirty where you'd be like, oh, she makes Xenia. Yeah, you know what? She makes me feel dirty. Not that kind of dirty. I'm talking about, like, She makes me want to go full crying game, hop into the shower, and just scrub myself with lye until I can't have any skin left. That's the kind of dirty she makes me feel. Visit the bar. Well, I think your priorities are definitely in the right order, Rebel Galaxy. I'm gonna need some liquid brain eraser to take these memories away from me, but first things first, we gotta repair our ship. That was not an insignificant cost.
Repairs complete.
Yeah, we were pretty heavily damaged in that. We also need to refill our ordnance. It's gonna cost us another 500 credits. Hey, Xenia, we got a lot of overhead. And I gotta say, I'm not really feeling fully well compensated here since you're gonna pay me nothing for giving you a man so that you can torture him to death.
It's amazing what you can accomplish with a little pressure applied in just the right spot.
Is that a fact?
The rat turned so fast that we were honestly a little disappointed.
Well, I'm sorry that you didn't quite get to torture him up to your standards. I fear he probably knew your reputation and just decided to go ahead and talk rather than save himself a lot of pain and trouble. You probably killed him after he talked, but there was no fun in torturing him at least, so maybe he got himself a queen death. That's what he earned by just flipping quick and talking. What does Juno have that everybody wants so badly? I'm genuinely curious.
I'd have to kill you. Kidding. But seriously, something we can't have in the wrong hands.
Yeah, you know what? Xenia was not kidding. If she told us she would kill us, she may just kill us anyway. I keep expecting her at any moment to just turn around, grab a beer bottle off the bar, break it over her own skull, and jam it in my neck.
That's where you come in. Your family. Persuade her to do the right thing, so we don't have to do the wrong one.
Wait, Xenia is actively trying to get me involved in this so that she doesn't have to torture someone to death? Man, that runs counter to everything she stands for, based on what I've known her in the 25 or 30 minutes that we've been associates. She doesn't seem to have any problem with murder and torture.
I don't either. But that's why I'm relying
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, Xenia immediately bounces back and be like, she's like, this way we don't have to torture. And I say, well, I don't really like that. And she's like, yeah, I don't like it either. I actually wanted to just torture her to death, tear her fingernails out, peel her skin off, fucking flay her alive, and then maybe daub acid on her ragged, red, wet wounds. But, sadly, I brought you in because I think it's probably going to save us a little time. Say what you want about flaying people alive. It's effective as far as getting them to talk, but it is time-consuming.
The facility is shielded by exterior generators. We won't be able to punch.
I love that I'm the pragmatic solution to Xenia's problem.
First, taking out any fighter cover and clearing the way. Then troop transports will approach and dock with the unshielded main structure.
Why would I even ask what Xenia will be doing? I'm assuming she's going to be murdering, torturing, and otherwise running rapine over the galaxy.
Once we have Juno, we all hightail it, and everyone lives happily ever after.
I love that my only response here is, sounds risky, but I'm in.
I knew you would be.
Yeah, you knew I would be because this railroad plot literally gives me no chance to change tracks. It's one way only, straight on to the depot. You can't stop this, baby. It's effectively the Denzel Washington, Chris Pine vehicle, Unstoppable, all over again. I mean, that's really the way this is going. Hopefully nobody crushes my foot between two train cars and the worst fucking plot twist ever. You know what? In conversation saying, let's do this, possibly the greatest response so far. And I'm going to go ahead and swing on over to the bartender here.
Mate. How's things?
You know, honestly, Cockeyed Jack, I gotta say, things have been better. They really, really have been better. Why don't you pour me about 35 shots of liquid brain cleaner, and I'm gonna see if I can bleach recent events out of my mind. And I'm also gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see me commit more war crimes on a regular basis, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Rebel Galaxy every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and the lingering cockeyed gaze of judgmental Jim the bartender here is going to escort me off to safety. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Seriously, look at him. I can feel his judgment. He knows I'm a scumbag, and he's not letting me off the hook.